I'm not just lonely, I'm alone.
I'm 50 and I'm lonely.
Nobody wants to talk about the female loneliness epidemic.
Guys, listen, do not give up. The pendulum is slowly starting to swing back in your favor.
You have blown your youth.
Women are lonely too.
We are somehow gonna feel lonely and regret it.
What happens when both men and women begin questioning whether modern dating is worth the emotional investment? Why are more people talking about loneliness, while a growing number of men say they're no longer rushing into relationships? Stay with us until the end of this video because today's discussion explores one of the biggest debates surrounding dating in 2026. Whether you agree or disagree, the way people approach relationships appears to be changing faster than ever.
Women's greatest fear is being alone, not being with the wrong person. And our greatest fear is being with the wrong person. Like, I didn't meet my wife until late for the same reason. I was like, I don't want to settle. I don't want to be with somebody. I figured out more or less how to date. I figured out kind of what that person wanted. And I can kind of be that version of that, but it didn't make me happy. But the tricky thing is that women, because they're so afraid of being alone, I think a lot of them, they end up being with guys they don't really like. And that's what I think this ick red flag culture is. Have you heard of women on the internet talking about their icks and their red flags? Mm-hmm. When you're with someone you don't like, everything about them is irritating. You just hate the guy you're with, but you're terrified of being alone.
4 years, the expectation was simple. Build a career, find a partner, settle down, and follow the traditional path. Today, that formula doesn't seem as automatic as it once did.
This is going to get me in trouble, but nobody wants to talk about the female loneliness epidemic. They only want to talk about the male loneliness epidemic. If we were to actually unpack female loneliness, we would have to also look at the behaviors that contribute to it. It only takes one excruciating friendship or friend group experience for a woman to kind of want to wall herself off from friendship with other women. Women are often socialized and taught that relational harmony is a primary goal. So when there's any disagreement, it tends not to happen through direct conflict. It's more of subtle shifting social dynamics. And yeah, sometimes the conflict is an inherent jealousy. Sometimes the conflict is a growing apart or a changing of opinions or beliefs. And even if it isn't intended to be malicious, the indirect nature of it can cause a lot of women to act like some shady ass bitches. And all it takes is one bad experience with somebody acting like a shady ass bitch for you to think isolation is better. And again, because this is all indirect, a lot of women are lonely inside their existing friendships precisely because they have a lot of friendships that don't feel emotionally safe.
Many men are becoming more selective about relationships. Rather than rushing into commitments, they are focusing on financial stability, physical health, personal goals, and building a life they genuinely enjoy.
I'm 50 and I'm lonely. I went to dinner the other night with a group of friends, and while we had a really wonderful time, the whole time we were there, I felt like I was almost kind of floating above, watching it all happen and wondering, does anyone actually really see me? And this is not on the women that I was with. They are wonderful. This is just something I've been noticing about myself, that I'm probably lonely more often than I should be. One of my kids is doing an internship in Spain this summer. The other just graduated. He's working and spending all this time with his friends, so he's hardly ever at home, which is great. That's how it's supposed to go, but they just don't need me like they used to. I feel like at this stage in life too, all kinds of connections that I had through the kids' schools and things like that, some of those are dying out. And it's not that I'm just sitting alone in a dark room or alone in my car like I am right now. It's that you just kind of feel invisible. It's like you hold it all together, you do all of the things, and you do wonder, does anyone really see me? Does anyone know me, get me? I find myself thinking all the time, who am I when I'm not needed in the same way? And honestly, I have no clue. I'm 50 and I really want to figure that out. But I wanted to at least start this conversation because if I'm lonely, I'm sure somebody else out there is lonely. And I think we're just not talking about it enough. And I really wish that we could start this conversation and maybe it would help us feel less lonely just to be validated in it. So this is part one. I'm going to come back and talk a little bit more about this, but let me know in the comments if you're in this same season. If any of this resonated with you, I'd love for you to follow along. Maybe we can figure out this whole late 40s, early 50s things together. See y'all next time. Bye.
At the same time, conversations about loneliness have become more common across society. People from all backgrounds are openly discussing how difficult it can be to form meaningful connections in the modern world.
You have blown your youth. You spent the years between 18 and 35 doing whatever the hell you chose to do. No heat, no judgment. But you blew your youth. when your counterparts who were looking to marry up and marry well were getting married their junior and senior year in college, the first and second year after college. They were married at 22 and 23, and you were laughing at those white girls and those Asian girls getting married at 22, 23. You get married after college, that's too young. We need to go on girls trips and having our best life and hot girl summer and all this other bullshit. Now they're 10 years into their marriage, 3 kids deep, and their husband's a VP of marketing somewhere. And while you still got you and your cats are living in a loft downtown, driving your BMW in a middling career. You ain't on no career track. You blew your youth. You blew your youth. You can't get that back. You don't have time to play any more games. You don't have another 10 years to try to figure this shit out. You'll be 50. You don't have time to keep playing games.
Social media has changed expectations on both sides. Endless choices, constant comparisons, and unrealistic standards have made dating feel more complicated than many expected.
You know what's so funny to me about the male loneliness epidemic is that women are lonely too. Like, there is a social, structural, systemic problem that we are all faced with. Women just haven't gone out and committed mass murder because of it. Guys, everyone is lonely. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And I get it. I get the differences between the genders. I get the systemic differences between, women socially and men socially and psychologically, and how it can affect the genders differently. But at the end of the day, everyone is lonely. I just feel like women feel like it's a personal failing and a personal problem. And that's why every woman is on a healing journey. And men, just because of the socialization and the patriarchy, make all their problems someone else's problem. So it's a social issue. Society has failed men, and women have become more educated than men, so the education system has failed them, and the economic system has failed them, and they're balding, and their genetics have failed them. And it's just guys, everyone is lonely. We need to fix the problem of the phones and the social media and content consumption. And we all honestly probably want to find solutions to these problems. It's just hilarious to me that there's no women loneliness epidemic. It's not that women aren't lonely. It's just that we're not making it an epidemic. Right?
Because of that, some men are deciding that staying single is better than entering relationships they believe are unhealthy or incompatible with their long-term goals.
Many years from now, there is going to be a quiet crisis, loneliness in women especially. Not because women failed, not because they weren't capable or intelligent, but because they were handed a script or a blueprint that left out the consequences. Be self-sufficient, put your career first, you don't need a man. So they followed it. They pushed love down the line. They delayed the family. They treated commitment like something that could always wait until it didn't. Fast forward a few years later. You're older, no partner, no children, no legacy, just some noise to fill that silence. Meanwhile, your grandmothers had way fewer choices, but way stronger direction. They built families. They built the roots. They built something bigger than themselves. And this generation swapped it all for convenience. Legacy for pleasure, meaning for freedom without structure. And here's the part that nobody likes to talk about. The men that they overlooked in their 20s, they didn't just vanish. They were building, failing, learning, becoming disciplined, and becoming men. Men don't peak early. They compound with time. Value grows with time and skill and responsibility. Women don't gain leverage by delaying everything. That is not cruelty. That is reality. Every decision comes with a cost. Modern narratives today did not remove the bill, they just postponed it, and the outcome is usually the same. Distractions instead of connection, comfort instead of intimacy, and independence without fulfillment. This is not about going backward. It's about correcting the course. We don't need less ambition. We need stronger values, commitment, family, masculine leadership, feminine devotion, and a shared purpose, because freedom without foundation doesn't liberate, it isolates you completely. And tradition wasn't the problem, abandoning it was.
This doesn't necessarily mean they have given up on love. Instead, many are raising their standards and becoming more patient about who they allow into their lives.
Guys, listen, do not give up. The pendulum is slowly starting to swing back in your favor when it comes to the dating game. Listen, these women cannot take it anymore. They are so lonely. They are hating that every single year they passed up on all these dudes. They are absolutely hating that they're going on 35, 40, 45 years old and they don't have any kids. They don't have any family. Listen to me. They are watching their mom and dad get old. They're watching their mom and dad all of a sudden not be there anymore around at Christmas time. Listen, they can't take it anymore. They're starting to slowly realize that men don't approach them. All the men who did approach them, they rejected. They're slowly starting to realize that they're watching every single sitcom and reality TV show in their bed all by themselves. Listen, I understand if you were a dude, right, and you're like 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 years old, and you feel like there's no hope, there's no options, that you'll never have any women in your dating life. But listen to me very closely. As you get older, things start to change. Reality sinks in for women. And not only that, what you're slowly finding is that younger women are slowly finding this out due to the fact that social media, okay, has created false reality and false expectations. And women, by the time they're 22, 23, 24 years old, start to realize and understand that every single dude that they've also passed up on, or every single dude that they dumped, they realize when they get back out into the dating game, even if she's a hot woman, it's hard too. Okay? Stick in there and don't give up. Keep working on the body. Keep working on the fitness. Keep working on the social skills. Keep working on the charisma. Keep working on the dating app profile pictures. Keep stacking that income. Keep living a lifestyle and adapting a mindset that you don't care because you're on your own path, your own vision, your own purpose, and you're not giving up. Listen, I promise you, if you do those things, you will slowly realize that day by day, you're slowly rewarded. My promise to you is this. I know from experience in my own life, when I made the promises to myself of not giving up and keep persevering and keep pushing forward, it wasn't every single day, but slowly, week by week, month by month, year by year, I noticed things in my own life started to change and get way better. And I have a very strong belief that that can actually happen to you too. Stick in there. Don't give up. Keep holding yourself to the standard that you set. Keep fulfilling the promises that you made to yourself and not giving up, and you will watch your life change for the better, just like mine did.
The interesting part is that this shift is changing the dating market itself. When more people become selective, everyone begins to notice fewer approaches, fewer commitments, and more uncertainty.
I've reached my breaking point of having to do this life thing alone. I just want to be held, nurtured, loved, cared for, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, in all aspects. I want my heart and soul to be seen and held. I just can't do it alone anymore, and I'm at my breaking point. I can do it physically alone. I've been doing it, but I don't want to. I don't deserve to, because I am worthy of companionship, of community, of love, of affection, of support, of someone lifting me up, motivating me, encouraging me. I am worthy of that, so I deserve to receive that. I don't want to do it alone anymore, and I've been crying all day because of it.
Rather than chasing every opportunity, many men are asking a different question. Does this relationship genuinely improve my life? If the answer is no, they are more willing to walk away than previous generations.
Men are experiencing what it's like to be a woman, and they can't stand it. What do I mean by that? Let me explain. For decades, women have been judged on the way that they look, what they bring to the table, and how they can serve the man. Now that women have access to their own funds, their own housing, their own jobs, it is a different ballgame for these men, and they don't like it. We are finally asking, what do you bring to the table? Because I already have everything I need. Basically, we're judging them on their looks, their finances, and what they bring to the table. So we're flipping the script. And this has brought a resurgence in men whining and being like, I can't find anyone. Male loneliness epidemic. We're doing the same thing you've been doing to us since the beginning of time. You don't like it, do you? Whenever I hear a man, especially on this app, complaining how women are too hard, their standards are too high, that they're gonna die alone, I just laugh, because it's like, you guys have been doing that to us forever. And we are finally standing up and saying, what do you actually bring to the table? Because I know already I'm going to cook for you, I'm going to clean for you, I'm going to wipe your booty for you. Okay, so what are you going to do for me in return? If you're not upgrading my life, on to the next one. A woman has inherent value to a man. A man is more valuable objectively when there is a good-looking woman by his side, when there is a woman by his side of higher social stature than him. It's just a fact. Men will look at that man and immediately he holds more value. So women have come to the front and be like, I know what value I hold. It's inherent. What are you giving me? And these men don't like it. They don't like it at all. Keep doing it though. I love you.
Meanwhile, many people are rethinking what happiness actually looks like. Some find it in relationships, while others discover fulfillment through careers, friendships, family, travel, and personal growth.
I'm not just lonely, I'm alone. When I say that, I mean I feel lonely, but I'm also like alone physically. When I look around, I don't have deep friendships that are physically near me. I moved to Rochester, New York a couple years ago. I've really struggled to make deep connections. I will say the city is super good at hosting events, but I'm an introvert and I work from home. I feel like I have like this deadly combination that I just can't get out of the rut of. I've gone to these events, but I really struggle because I just have anxiety and I also am an introvert. So I go there and I've gone to like 3. You slap a name tag on right when you walk in, and then I like latch onto the first person that gives me any attention, and then they're friends. And then I leave and I feel super deflated because they were a cool person, but I just am not like feeling that like depth of friendship. And I'm like, but I did the thing. And all to say, like last week, I guess in therapy, my therapist was like, well, then what would be ideal for you? Between that question and me answering, and then now, I just kind of had an epiphany where I'm like, I don't know if this is something like that people that work from home and live near me or whatever, are in their 20s and 30s or don't live near me, I don't know, are going through enough for this type of an event to even come to fruition. But we were discussing, and I was like, first of all, if I could walk into a coffee shop and get a coffee, suss out what's going on from a distance, I'd feel so much better. Having like prompts at their table would be super nice because I get panicky. I'm trying to present the best. So it would help me just be able to like get through a natural conversation and present a lot better who I actually am. My therapist brought up like a bingo card so I don't get caught in one person. I have an excuse if I want to move on. I need to go do this bingo card. And the last thing we talked about was just staring at a person. Having like a craft or a coloring book or something that you both can be doing while also chatting so that your brain can relax. I just feel like that would be perfect for me. I feel like I would continue to go to those events or at least go to it the first time. I feel so much less stressed, and actually a person that I don't know, it's just sucked. I don't know what else to do. I'm trying my best, but I've just been super alone and lonely, and I guess I would be more than happy to like host something if you live near me. I live in Rochester, New York, but I don't know. I just feel like I need to get it off my chest. It's just been tough. So just trying to see what I can do to make myself feel better.
The biggest lesson from this trend is that independence has become more valuable than ever. People are less willing to settle simply because society expects them to.
So the thing is about me, you always like to tell child-free by choice women, me, that we are somehow going to feel lonely and regret it when we're older. But you see, the thing about me is, I'm a loner. I have traveled and lived all over the world by myself since I was 19. I love being by myself. I love doing things by myself. I literally have a few friends. By choice, quality over quantity. I love my own company. I love waking up to this. Peace and quiet. So honey, I won't regret anything because I know myself. I love, love, love the life that I have. The quiet, peaceful, self-obsessed life that I have.
Whether this trend continues or changes in the future, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Modern dating is evolving, and both men and women are adapting to a very different set of expectations than previous generations.
You guys are out here talking about the male loneliness epidemic. Mind you, I just posted a video saying, hey, men need to bring back the art of like asking women out and like approaching them. Every man in the comments was like, nope, your turn. We're not doing that. We don't, for what? For an expense? Yeah, you guys aren't worth it. Next time. There is no male loneliness epidemic. They don't want it. They don't care.
So here's the real question. If more people continue choosing quality over urgency and personal fulfillment before commitment, will modern dating become healthier, or will it become even more difficult to build lasting relationships?
Men stopped playing by the rules, and now everyone's freaking out. Let's break down why silence has become the loudest movement.